Two ways about it, Prince Harry's been derided, hasn't he, with that South Park debacle, the cartoon series, which really cruelly mocked him from start to finish, particularly his book, Wah. Yes. And that worldwide privacy tour. As I've said before, it's a strange thing, isn't it? Because how do you really climb back from that? It was such fun in many respects, but they really nailed the sort of stupidity of what Harry and Meghan allegedly were trying to achieve. Even though they've since said that they were never asking for privacy, they didn't demand privacy. It was something that was made up by the media. But then you look at old interviews and they said, we want our privacy. So they got it. And that's exactly what South Park nailed upon, right? Now, as we told you a while back, Harry and Meghan did have their litigious team looking over the show. Whatever they say about it being baseless and boring, everything that's put out by Harry and Meghan is looked over, trust me, because they're very litigious. There's no two ways about it. We have to say at this point, allegedly. But what's interesting here is that Harry now could, according to a very good source, be ready to give his version of events, of his thoughts about what he thinks about that parody of South Park. As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning. Nice to see you. Now, the bottom line is this, really, when you think about it with Prince Harry. He is hot-headed. He is, as we can see, ready to answer back. We saw that with the interviews with Stephen Colbert, right back, of course, with James Corden on the top of the bus, because he was trying to insinuate that, he didn't have a normal childhood. He didn't go on the top of open-top buses, didn't do the tourist thing well in London. He's ready to share every facet of what he believes, at least, is the right version of the story. Now, as you know, Prince Harry's still heavily promoting his international best-selling book, Spare. That's right. The one with well, you know all the stories, don't you? Nobody actually remembers the more dramatic content. It's all the trashy stuff, isn't it? The mushrooms with Courtney Cox, the older woman, 2 years older. How insinuating is that to you ladies out there? But on a serious note, according to a very good source, Prince Harry, as we told you the other day, is about to sign on the dotted line to do for his publisher, Penguin Random House, a live stream. And as I say, if you don't know that terminology, and I understand for many of us out there, we're not across it, Zoom, Snapchat, Skype, you name it, there's so many, isn't there? FaceTime. Who wants that, eh? But seriously, according to a very good source, Prince Harry is happy with selected questions to answer at least his thoughts about the South Park debacle. This would be interesting because obviously this creates worldwide headlines, because it would be the first time that he or Meghan have in fact discussed this at any point. The reason being, I think, is that they can diffuse this and show, at least hopefully, that they have a sense of humour, that people will see them in a more fun light. And this would be the perfect way to do it, because it's not live, it's just a live stream, but you can send questions in which would be factored and filtered through eventually. And there's a members only area as well, which you have to pay extra for, but that will cost as well. So as you can imagine, this is a win-win for the former royal known as the Duke of Sussex. But what I find fascinating this way is, if he was going to be truly brave, wouldn't it be more fascinating if Harry was literally live and actually said, you know what? I found it quite amusing. Yes, I see how silly it all looks, but I'm glad everybody enjoyed it. We laughed along with it too. Are we suspecting, when that particular sort of question has been picked out of the box, that he will do that? Or will he have another side to the story, as he always does? As ever, I'd love to know what you think to this particular story in the comments below. Should Harry laugh it off? Or do you think he's right to maybe openly attack via a live stream something that has openly, worldwidely mocked him and his wife Meghan Markle? I look forward to the comments in the comments box below.